Hi all, how are you going? Redsky from Righteous Readings here. I have a grouping for you today. I was going to mix it up a bit, but I started to do it and I didn't like it. I got confused. So if I'm getting confused when I'm doing the reading, I'm thinking that you guys are going to get completely bombarded. So we're going back to the old system, even though you would know think different because you did not just experience the waffle I just did. But that's okay, thank God for that. I have 4 beautiful stones for you today. This is all you need to know anyway. I have 4 beautiful stones for you today. Group 1 is the red, group 2 is the clear, group 3 is the golden tiger eye, and group 4 is the ghost stone, which is green. So we have the red grouping first. Pick the one that you are most highly connected with. Group 2 is the clear quartz. Beautiful, lovely piece of clear quartz there. Group 3 is of course the tiger's eye. Seen that multiple times. And group 4 is the ghost stone. That's a stone or of another inside one. Another. Yes, green ghost stone. So pick grouping, which one are you today, darlings? The red stone, the clear quartz, the tiger's eye, or the ghost stone. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Timestamps will be, of course, as always, included in the description comment strip down below, so you can skittle off to your grouping. So we don't want anybody getting confused up in this today, because it's easy enough to do that without trying. So we're not going to try to get lost in the sauce, because we can actually do that without trying too hard normally. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which grouping will be yours today? The red, the clear, the tiger's eye, or the ghost stone. Pick your pile, darlings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Timestamps, as I said, will be included in the description box. Comments down below. 1, 2, 3, 4. Red, clear, tiger's eye, or the green ghost stone. Let us begin. Let's not dilly-dally. Dilly-dally. Dilly-dilly. Jeez, I've turned into Flanders. Sexy Flanders. Okay. Oh, red's gone on a bit. Alright, who cares? Redstone, let's go. You find out what messages of high prevalence are coming in for you in the immediate here, now, moving forward, or anything that you need to know that you don't already, or which is less than obvious. Let's hit it. For this round of readings, I've pulled out some really lovely oracle decks and a special tarot deck that I have probably never used for readings on this channel, even though I did it in a review a long time ago. I've had this deck for over 10 years. Some oracles I haven't used in a long time because they've been in my tarot divine place of clarity and shelter for my children for a little bit. So they haven't been used on the channel for at least 6 months. It's good to get them out, dust them off, and bring them back into the folds, because I think they're going to be very useful for this round of readings. So group 1, red. Check. Red ones, let's go. Messages of high prevalence for now, moving forward, plus anything that you need to know. I got a funny feeling there's a lot to be said in this grouping. Let's see how we go. So for the tarot part of the reading, I am going to use the book of Shadows Tarot. Now I've had this, as I said, for over 10 years. It's one of the first copies of the first publication of the book that came out by Barbara Moore. First tarot decks I ever got. Both decks in there, so as above and the so below. So blue outer on that one, and the golden outer on this one, which of course is the below deck, and this is the above deck. Lovely deck, lovely deck. Up this deck. Now, so we're going to use this deck today, plus multiple oracles that I've pulled. Just pulled out, dust off. Alright, red grouping. Let's not dilly-dally any longer. Let's find out what messages of high prevalence we've got coming in from now, moving forward, or anything you really need to know at this point in time. As I said, this is a brand new deck, so it has not been broken in at all. It has been shuffled through though, because of course all decks come in order, and that bugs me. I usually will just sit there for weeks on end just shuffling to make sure that they are all, you know, been well handled before they go into readings, so that you can be assured of. Other than that, they haven't actually been full checked. So let's look at group 1, that red stone. What messages of high evidence do we have now moving forward for the first grouping of the pick a card round? Wow, okay, the Four of Pentacles reverse. Magician reverse. Justice. Libra's major. The Moon, Pisces major. The Empress reverse. Wow. Two of Pentacles. I only pulled 5 cards for you guys. And 4 of them are majors. The other 2 are Pentacles. We have Mercury energy here, Libra, major arcana, Pisces, major arcana. The Empress is Venus energy. There is much going on here, I've got to say. The underlying vibe that Spirit's trying to reiterate to you is during this period there's going to be much 2 of Pentacles. This is really needing to have the balance and the skill. Good Lord, smoking. To do the bills, maybe manage the home, maybe do a career. But it's all about that balance of having the agility to handle everything on beck and call. And doing it seamlessly, making, you know, not just a cake, but you're making a kick-ass cake of life. Not just half-assing it, but making the best of it. But this woman, she's got a lot going on here. She's actually got some little helpers. Helpers come to help her. Where did she get these little no-name looking helpers? Because I wouldn't mind a couple of them myself. But yeah, you really do need some people in the shadows waiting in the wings just to give you a bit of a hand, because it is much and many the lists that you're working from during this time. First card, as I said, it was another Pentacle card. It was the Four of Pentacles. Let's have a look at it. It's upright because it's beautiful, this deck, the below deck. You are feeling a bit overwhelmed, but you are starting to sort through the clutter, I want to say, of life. You're looking at everything being overdone, underused, out of season, wish it was out of stock, or cluttered, clammy, not good for your environment. It's not playing the game. Need to cleanse it. Need to declutter it. Need to maybe destroy it. The next card, you know, the Magician reverse now, but let's not be dishonest about it. Let's be, I'll show it, it's upright as well because this deck is beautiful. Let's not be trickster about it. Let's be honest about it though. Let's show our hand, put it on the table, be open about that fact. Next card, as I said, majors everywhere, is Libra's major arcana, Justice. This is that whole equilibrium, the fairness, the balance. Left gives way to the right and it's all equal load. Everything is. But I feel like there is a weight here. Like you've been dancing all night out in the town and you want to take your shoes off. You're tired. And I think that makes you want to get out of your own head. The Moon, Pisces major. Very 12th house, very up in the head. This is all about maybe stimulants or psychedelics or medications or just that need to escape, literally, and meet the fantasy, meet the mystical, meet the mirage, meet the middle of where the mind goes beyond the reality to see the fantasy, see the possibility, which maybe you're lacking. Fifth and final, that Empress in reverse. As I said, this is Venus energy. Lack of finding the growth, the beauty in life. Feeling like life is lovely, but it's not loved. I hate to say that because it's a bit harsh, but that's kind of what I'm getting from this reading. I don't like to leave readings like that, that's for sure. But I'm seeing it's all about the perspective. What brings true joy? What brings real happiness? Even though these may be mundane tasks that you're doing, through that mundaneness, you are getting some sort of fulfillment, enlightenment, or growth. This builds you, strengthens you, supports you, and in many ways nourishes you. Is it really that bad, is what I'm trying to say to you. Hey, this chick's got gnomes too. Oh, she's got freaking gnomes too on the floor. And on that too, they're like imaginary. Hey? Whatever. Anyway, maybe all the pentacles have gnomes, I don't know. Gnomes are no. Maybe we feel like we need a friend. Someone waiting in the wings. These cards are of self-aloneness. Wanting help. Wishing we could be more than what we are here and now. To gift more to this obligation, this choice, this slice of life. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Extremely heavy burdens. Feeling like no matter how much time we were gifted, we just never had enough to release ourselves from the unseen obligation, the unwritten contractual agreement of working to such a point or getting something to a point where, you know, it is so darn exhausting and so burdensome and so unhappiness. It reaps you, it drains you, it's don't bring no joy, it don't bring no soul something. Don't bring no happiness, don't bring soul something. Soul swagger. I'm not sure. I missed the last word. Hangman, yeah, it's time to get up in a place of real silence, real meditation, really looking inside. I feel like a lot of the answers that you need are within inside yourself, but you're just not sitting still long enough to listen to it or hear it or obey it or oblige it. You'd rather drown it out, ignore it, so force it away, reject that possibility rather than even think of the possibility of that being put on the table. Really, you're shutting shit down too fast, yet everything is burdening you so badly that you feel the need that you need to literally run and escape. And I'm hearing that song, I don't know if you've heard that, it's called Escape. What if I could escape? Go check it out. I think it's Halsey. Let's pull additional oracles now. Just let me get that death stick because I feel it's my time. And then we'll pull extras for group 1, right? Okay, firstly we're going to pull from the dream cards for you. I love these cards for additional messages now for group 1 red. Card reading from now moving forward. First group 1 red. These are beautiful cards, these. I wish I could find more of them. Composed for group 1. I choose to be more calm in my life, particularly when I feel challenged. To be more composed when we are challenged. I choose to be more calm in my life, particularly when I feel challenged. Composed for group 1. I like that. I feel like there is real sentiment in that for you. And we have cheery. My heart is light and my spirit's elated. I am courageous. Cheery. Well, be composed while being cheery. Group 1, that's your dream messages. Try to keep that in mind when you're faced with, as I said, those challenging moments or times where you may need a little bit extra to get across the line. Let us move now to the next oracle in line, which is the beautiful crystal oracle. Crystal card for you for the month. Group 1, the red group. Crystal oracle, please. I love this deck, but it is that odd shape at times. It takes me a moment. There we go. Get it happening. If I get it, it's good. So we do have a crystal for you to help guide and assist you throughout this time. I'll give you a brief book meaning of it. So you got the crystal of amber. Transparency, calm, purification, and creativity. An issue that is causing tension and friction in your life will soon erupt and come to a head. You are being urged to stay calm during this emotional charged event. Express how you feel, but don't be drawn into saying things you don't mean. This event is, in fact, a blessing, one that is perhaps well overdue. Though you will realize where you stand and how others truly feel. As the air clears, you will uncover a hidden agenda and find creative ways of handling this type of situation in the future. Stay calm and don't allow yourself to be dragged further into chaos by others. You will emerge from the situation feeling purified of all the negative emotions and thoughts that have weighed you down recently. Trust and remember, this is a blessing. For amber, the crystal amber for group 1. Wow. Amazing. Finally, group 1, we will get you an intuition card for goals and dreams for you to give you some insight. So let's have a look for group 1, the red stone. Remarkable is the card. Remarkable. And it reads, life holds no limits to the possibilities that lie within you. Remarkable. Life holds no limits to the possibilities that lie within you. Be remarkable. You are already. So don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Remark upon it. Or rain on your rainbow. You are remarkable. You have all that you need within you. Thank you, group 1. I hope those messages can help you from now moving forward in your daily life of living. We are going to move to the second grouping now, group 2, the clear quartz stone. This is going for you. Group 2, if you can see her just over here, the clear quartz crystal. We are now going to start with your pick a card at random for you. Group 2, messages of high prevalence for now, moving forward, and things that you need to know. I've got a real sense of a bit of anticipation with this grouping. I've had a bit of a break, as you can tell, in between first and second grouping. I just decided to come back into living quarters of the den, the reds, roguiness. But I had much anticipation and a real nervous energy about the air as I moved through. And I've been sitting here for quite some time trying to get myself motivated, I guess you could say, to pull the cards. It's not the fact I'm not motivated to, it's like almost like it's an invisible barrier is almost like stopping me. It's a very strange, surreal kind of a... It's different, I'll give it that. It's a little bit different. Sorry if you hear some weird banter in the background, kids blowing raspberries and doing some absolutely crazy shit. So we have the So Below deck as we had in group 1, the beautiful Book of Shadows Tarot with the 2 decks, the So Above, As Above and So Below. I'm using the Below deck because it's just a bit easier to resonate with. I haven't used this deck very often, and as soon as I look at the Above deck, I'm just like, huh? I just don't even know what's going on. I'd love to use it a little bit, and then I might actually have some familiarity with it, and I'll be able to use it for readings more often, or at all, because I haven't not done that yet. Sorry, I just would like a little bit more light up in here. Maybe you're feeling a little bit in the dark. Group 2, I feel like it's a little bit dark. All right, let's see what's coming in for group 2, please. The clear quartz stone, messages of high prevalence for now, moving forward, or anything that they need to know that is of urgent message needing to come through for them. Wow, that's a lot, but that's okay. Let's have a look. Again, with this Empress reverse, I believe Group 1 had that. The Hermit in reverse. Wow, Virgo's major there. Venus energy. We have the Knave of Chalices reverse come through. Oh, the beautiful Chariot come through, and it's beautiful in this deck. Cancer major. The Emperor reversed, Aries major. God, how many? Out of 5 cards, we have 4 majors again. But we have another major. The Tower reversed, and that's backed up with the 3 of Chalices reverse and the 3 of Swords reverse. My God. My good Lord. The 5 of Pentacles is under the bottom of the deck. Feeling left out in the cold, destitutional loss here. Feeling left behind, feeling forgotten. Feeling misplaced. Oh, wow, Group 2, there's much going on here. I've got to say there is much craziness going on here. I want to keep that stone in the forefront here, but I do not want to knock shit everywhere. All these cards are reversed except for one, that Chariot card. We have many majors here. 5 out of the 8 cards I pulled. 9 if you include the underlying energy with that 5 of Pentacles. Let's start at the beginning where all good things do begin. We start off with Venus energy, the Empress. She is inverted here. It's hard to see the beauty in amongst a sea of feeling unbeautiful. Everything feels very unnatural, I want to say at the moment. Everything doesn't feel very nurtured. Everything doesn't feel very maternal. It's like everything else can see, feel, find the love and that quality of the mother. But we don't feel very mothered right now. We don't feel very mothering. We feel a little bit like we're lost. Like we don't have that feature. It's like a smart TV that doesn't know what YouTube is. And you're thinking, what on earth? It's kind of like you with this sentiment that you're missing. This motherly atonement. Let me show you upright so you might be able to get a bit of a better image. Sorry, we are going into afternoon sun now, so it's giving a bit of reflection. But we're not feeling like we've had the support of a mother, been nurtured, been loved, been doted upon, been thought of, or been put at the forefront of anyone's mind or thought or life. We feel like we've been squandered opportunities that we should have been gifted as if they were meant to be granted to us, like breathing. I feel hard done by and robbed in some ways. And I feel like this is maybe affecting not only you now, but the way you are holding relationships in the current as well as moving forward, and probably the past as well. The next card is another major, and it is the major arcana sign for Virgo. It is the Hermit, but it is also inverted. Let me show you the right way up. There's a lack of harmony here. There's a lack of relaxation, and there's a lack of clarity here. So stressed out that we are like the bull that gains moss going down the hill. We can't stop it from gaining traction, and by God, we can't stop it or make it slow down. But we can take stock of it and acknowledge it to try and learn how to better manage it or to deal with it. But we're not. Our body is screaming at us to take stock of this, and we're not. We are just ignoring it. We're not following our own knowledge. We're not following our own intuition. So with that Hermit reverse, there is a sense of not following your own sense of knowledge, not being your own security, not being able to manage your stress levels, not being able to manage things yourself, crutching a lot on others. I feel like you are demanding probably a little bit more of them than what you would like, or a little bit more of them than what you are willing to admit, I want to say. There is a bit of a sense of maybe a bit of embarrassment here, or a lack of understanding, or a lack of realization, I suppose, I guess you could say. That's why things are like this. The next card we are looking at, my darlings, is the... Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, I can hear them banter. About that again, ladies and gentlemen. The kids need to borrow my phone because they've ruined the remote for the smart TV. So, yes. The next card we had was the Knave of Chalices, which of course is also the page in a typical deck. It's reverse. We're being very overly sensitive here. We are getting way too caught up in things, and it's a bit of a flux of flurry of emotional investment. With that Knave of Chalices reversed, you are being a little bit oversensitive. You are also exploring your intuition, your dreams, things that are very like the fantasistic, the mirageal, the non-existent. I feel like you're really loving that dream weaver sort of stage where you're in between the worlds of like the here, the now, the current, and the delusion, the dream, the fantasistical, the whimsical, the non-existent. I feel like you're really savoring some experience that's no longer tangible or able to be in the here and now. So you're going into this dreamlike state to be able to revisit, reinvest in it, or just to enjoy it. The next card, as I said, is Cancer's Major Arcana for you, Group 2. It is the Chariot. Wow. The use of will to change a situation. You're in the driver's seat. There's a whole game of life going on in the back seat. If you ever had children or grandchildren, you'd know of this very well. Or nieces or nephews, whatever. There's a real need to pull this steed into line. Make it fast, but make it safe, make it streamlined, get where we need to go. No fast, no muss. But we're not going to let anything stop us either. We are pushing through any disdain or delay, or we have an adversity here, pushing through any of that shit. The fifth card for Group 2, we have the Emperor reverse. This is Aries Major Arcana. When it's inverted, it really speaks about keeping the cycle moving, but feeling a bit weak-willed, feeling a little bit like we are lacking in the authoritative control or position to be able to muster the masses here. We're barely able to muster ourselves. There's a sense of being at a loss, I feel here. Feeling like there is valuing rigidity and order for their own sake rather than the sake of the people or the crowd or the general consensus. It's like being very self-invested then by the group or the crowd or the public or the general consensus. There's a lack of ability of being able to organise, plan, or think from another person's perspective, or to be able to emphasise, have empathy here through other people's position. The next card we are looking at is a massive one in itself. It is a real speaking of it all as it is, the Tower reverse. This speaks about trying to avoid something by denial or delay, leading to increased turmoil. These cycles are continuing. We want change, we can't bring it in, and we are getting very discombobulated by this. We're getting very, very increasing in the stress, in the turmoil, in the frustration levels. The last two cards for Group 2 were very interesting because they're both threes. We had the Three of Chalices reverse and the Three of Swords reverse. Three of Chalices and the Three of Swords reverse. The Three of Cups reverse is really speaking about an event or plans that did not live up to their expectations. There is not a sense of getting on the same page here. There's no blessings here. We may be overdoing our party side, and we're not coming into alignment of what we really need to be looking at here, which is resolution, which is solace. With the Three of Swords reverse next is letting emotions make a decision worse than it is, and also not taking stock in an experience and not dealing with the heartbreak or the turmoil or the tragedy or the trauma that has come from it. There is much here to be learnt with these 2 3s, I feel, for group 2. There is much to be learnt from the experience. Gotta learn the lessons. I say this a lot lately in the readings, and it's not an expression I used to say much at all, if at all. But now I say it a lot. Sorry about that. Let me deal with that. Okay, group 2, the next piece of pie for you is your crystal with full meaning that can guide and assist you during this time. So what card from the Crystal Oracle will guide and assist group 2, the clear quartz? Let's find out what's coming in for the second grouping, the clear quartz, please. Crystal can guide and assist group 2. Now moving forward. Okay. Sorry about that. They're getting a little bit rambunctious for my liking. It's getting close to tea time now, as you can tell by the sun that is setting. Sun is twilight. Okay, group 2, we had a few gemstones come through for you. Firstly, we had the gold with quartz. This stands for physically grounding abstract ideas and inspirations. Several wonderful ideas and inspirations are filtering through into your psychic reality. These ideas and inspirations, which stem from your soul, will help you manifest many of the things your heart has for so long desired. Over the coming days, your intuition will be stronger and you will have a greater sense of the universal spirit that flows through all things. Through this, a new sense of joy and wonder emerges. Excuse me a moment. Through this, a new sense of joy and wonder emerges, one which transforms your life. Give thanks for this blessing and allow it to inspire and illuminate your heart and mind. Your ideas and inspirations are divinely guided, so trust them. The next card you had is the Tiger's Iron, also known as Jasper, Hematite, and Tiger's Eye. The peace and mental clarity you seek can only be found by grounding in abstract. Again for that group 2, for the multiple interruptions throughout this portion of the reading. It's been a little bit of time past now, so hopefully we can have a little bit of shushy shush so we can get these meanings through. So the second card from the Crystals Oracle, we got the Tiger Iron, which is also known as Jasper. Yes, you did. Hematite, as well as Tiger's Eye. And if we could just stay where you're meant to, would be lovely. So the peace and mental clarity you seek can only be found by grounding your abstract spiritual ideas and concepts into everyday physical life. That is to bring things back to basics and honour the fact that you have been blessed with this physical life. Realise that while you are highly spiritual in nature, it is no mistake that you are here. As has been so eloquently said by one of our world's great teachers, you are a spiritual person who is having a physical experience. And as such, you are being urged to honour your humanity. This Tiger Iron crystal will help ground you and revitalise your sexual energy. Both these qualities are needed in order to be an effective force on earth and to live a fulfilling and inspired life. Remember, spirit is not in the clouds, it is here right in the thick of things. That the beauty, majesty and power of spirit are experienced. You do not have to run away from the world in order to find peace, for the true peace you seek is inside you. The true spiritual master is one who is able to find peace even in the midst of turmoil. The affirmation for this card is, I may not have the power to change the world, but I have the power to change my perception of it. By God, I love that. I love quotes like that. They really do ring a solid resonation for me. Third and final gemstone oracle is the petrified wood. Standing the test of time, transformation and strength. True wisdom stands the test of time because it stems from the eternal part of our nature, the soul. A magical transformation is about to occur through an unexpected turn of events. This is all the result of the strength and commitment you have long shown towards something you truly believe in.
It will soon be time to accept your reward, knowing you were right after all. The strength and commitment you have shown for so long will serve you well. Many who have until now either ridiculed you or attempted to discredit you will all of a sudden want to jump on your side. It is possible to stand firm in your beliefs, yet also to show compassion towards others. And that is the beating drum by which we all try to find fluency in. Our beliefs, someone else's, and the fine piece of greenery that stands between the two. That is where compassion and understanding lie, in the green grass that's between the two. Well, dream cards now for group 2, that beautiful clear quartz. Sorry about the banter in the background, guys. As I said, we've had tea time and it's just settling down for the night time, and it's a long weekend here and school holidays and what else is there? So firstly, group 2, we had open. I am free from concealment and express myself with honesty and integrity. Reassured. My confidence has been restored, my anxiety dismissed. I will not anticipate a negative future. Open and reassured. I think that's what we need to reopen ourselves. We need to be reassured so we can reopen ourselves, to let it in, to feel, to regain, to be reinvigorated, to be readjusted into the folds of the thick of it. Final piece of pie for group 2, we are going to do, of course, the intuition cards for goals and dreams. So for lovely group 2, the final card, I'm sorry guys, clear quartz, we have for you special number, we have the card Explore. We have the card Explore, reading, written upon your soul are dreams longing to be reached and new adventures ready to begin. Explore. Written upon your soul are dreams longing to be reached and new adventures ready to begin. It's written on your soul, so let your soul scream. The adventure it is to be. What adventure today? Hey, let's do a little bit of it all anyway. But all in moderation, of course. Thank you, group 2, for joining me, Redsky, here on another round of Righteous Rings. I will prepare now for the 3rd grouping, which is the Tiger's Eye. Woogity boogity. I mind the mess behind me with the naked bed and the absurdities. It's the next day and I've just woken up and crawled my ass out of that bed and I was like, it's dirty, I'm stripping it. So I stripped it so I couldn't get back in it because otherwise I'll just stay in bed all day. This is neither here nor there. We are up to the 3rd grouping, the Tiger's Eye, my lovely 3rd grouping for the pick a card. It's been going on for days now. Do you love these flowers that I picked? Oh, you probably can't see them, but they're quite cutesy. My neighbour's yard. I asked first because she's got these beautiful rose plants at the front. I was like, oh, they're fully in bloom, aren't they? She's like, yeah, I'm just giving them a bit of a trim. I'm like, would you mind if like you could trim me a couple so we take a side? And she even found me this little bud. She finds me the best little buds. Gorgeous flowers. Beautiful. She's doing really well with her roses this year. I don't have any plants on my yard. Everything sees me in goes cacti. Alright, so group 3, I'm back to the shadow deck I was using is not in here, and I don't really want to go out there to deal with the bombardment of children, animals, and catastrophes that wait outside that door. That door right there, yeah, as they walk past the door. So I might just grab a different deck, the Affirmators or something, and we'll just continue with that deck. I've still got all the oracles and that here anyway for the additional cards. They haven't moved, so I think we'll just check it and just go from there, because if I try to go back out there, even though the door's open, so I can quite easily see what's going on. The 3 kids just walk past there then. The Rides, the Shay, and the J. Alright, let's kick it now for group 3, this Tiger's Eye stone. What messages of high prevalence do they need to know from now moving forward, or any information that's of high prevalence to this grouping? Oh my spirit. I don't know why I just heard spirit.
Did any of you have an animal called Spirit? In all honesty, because I don't know why. I was like a child, like saying that. So we've got the Page of Wands, the Magician reverse, the Empress reverse, the Two of Swords reverse. What is with these readings? Every reading I've had the Empress reverse so far. From memory, I could be wrong because it has been a day between. Yeah. All looking very, very sad. Page of Wands, Magician reverse, the Empress reverse, the Two of Swords reverse, the Queen of Pentacles reverse to make the 5. Underlying energy of the deck is the Two of Cups reverse. The Queen of Wands reverse. This is pig energy. This is pig energy. This is just the bottom of the slop. This is Slopville. The Two of Cups reverse, a unionship that has gone very much awry. A unionship that's gone bust. Something that we felt that was a good investment, that was a good unionship, that was a good... It's one of the worst things I think you feel that you did. Was to enmesh yourself with another individual, this individual. Stormy, how are you going, darling? Excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, that Two of Cups reverse, the underlying energy here really speaks in atonement to the fact that something we had aligned with, something that we had decided we were going to go ahead with this alignment with this other individual has turned out to be a bit of a why in the F did I do that? Big mistaker, regret. Coming in with this reading at the beginning, we have the Page of Wands. That's my beautiful beast, isn't she, girl? Isn't she, darling? Page of Wands. I want to dance. You really are trying to get out there, get motivated, get others motivated. You're a real part of the social networking, I want to say, or the life of the party kind of energy. You really are getting out there, putting yourself on show, like Jiminy Cricket here, you know, I want to dance. You know, you're ready to do it. You're really being quite out there and you're making no apologies for that. Sorry, I'm really rashy, like my skin's all irritated. I don't know what's going on. Coming in behind that page, we had the Magician reverse. There is a sense here of being some sort of trickery, pulling people in maybe with a little bit of falsity here, or a little bit of trickery. I don't want to say scammer energy because that's too thick and strong, but yeah, a little bit of what's that about? I had to relocate half a day's gone by now. Night, not today. And I haven't just woken up, I'm about to go ready to bed. We are going to continue group 3's messages, the Tiger's Eye. That was reading the Page of Wands with the Magician reverse, and that's where I think I was pretty much up to before we had to cut that, and we lost a day in the ship. So the Magician reverse is also about... Okay, group 3, let's try it again. With the Magician reverse, I feel there is a lack of self-belief, or belief that you can create it. I feel like there is a sort of greyness here of sort of crossing the line between the master and the manipulator. I feel like it's all coming from the fact you're not confident in yourself in doing it. Take like the Empress reverse, Venus energy, also a sign that we may be feeling not very beautiful right now. The Magician reverse is like internal, the Empress reverse is external. Because Mercury is all about the mind, which is the Magician card, whereas the Empress card is Venus energy. It's all about love, beauty, war. And I feel like that's what you're going through internally. It's like a love battle. You're not seeing the beauty, you're not seeing the growth in it, you're not seeing the potential in it, you're not seeing it being nurtured, mothered, loved. You're not seeing the cycles of it, you're just seeing the end of it, the lacking of the beauty, the old age, or the breaking down of the systems that used to be once quite plentiful and supported quite well, maybe even nurtured. They're falling away now.
card we had was the Two of Swords reversed. Two of Swords reversed is coming to the realisation that we've made some mistakes and there's been some losses because of it, that we may have needed to make a decision at a time when we didn't, we made the wrong one. Now it's coming to the realisation of that we took the wrong road. We didn't act when we should have. And now it's coming to the realisation that this was a mistake. This was a very poor way to handle it. The fifth and final card for the third grouping of the Tigers I is the Queen of Pentacles reverse. This is individual who cares a lot about themselves. They put their presentation forward very, very well, but they don't really care about much more beyond the superficiality of the self. It's the individual that's not nurturing external, they only nurture themselves. They're not interested in the house, they're not interested in the bills, they're not interested in the aesthetics of anything external, unless it can be benefit for them, internal, external. It's all about the pretty packaging and the lip gloss or the car just to make it look good because it matches the outfit. It's really superficial energy. It's very lacking in maturity. It's a very adolescent mind frame of thinking, because all beauty fades eventually, and I think we're starting to realise that. And sometimes even our mind can as well. Mind and beauty is not forever. There will come a time when these two facilities will break down and maybe even be gone. It's a tough realisation as we grow, develop, age, the full circle of life that we could go through. And how we start off in nappies, we sometimes end up in them, as my mother says. I don't know if that's something to be proud of or not. But from the earth we start, to the earth we go. And on one hand you may be thinking, it's all gone away. You really should be feeling there's still so much left. I think that's the message that's trying to come through for you. It's not what you don't have or what's gone or what's left you due to age or situation or circumstance. It's what you've got from it. Okay, 3, do the additional down, dream cards, your crystal, and your message. Dedicated. I move towards my ideals with absolute devotion. Dedicated. I move towards my ideals with absolute devotion. Flexible. I readily adapt to new ideas, concepts, or situations. I readily adapt to new ideas, concepts, or situations. Flexible and dedicated. Two very, very powerful cards.
card now to help you throughout this period of time. The first crystal we have is Amazonite, which is standing for peace, serenity, spiritual connection, balanced perception and creativity. It's also known as the artist's stone. Your current confusion and frustration are a result of the emotional instability which has caused you to see things from an imbalanced perspective. This has all come about because you have allowed yourself to become physically, emotionally and mentally drained. The beautiful healing energies that radiate from the Amazonite crystal will restore your balance, peace and clarity. Let go of all concerns and trust. All you desire will soon manifest. This is a good time to switch off and get away from it all for a while. Spending time in nature will help. The more you let go of a desired outcome, the clearer things will seem and the faster you will get what you want. Funny group 3, your stone was the tiger's eye. Your card is the tiger's eye. Calm, clarity, balanced emotions, communication and intuition. And this is actually one of my personal favourite stones of all time. If you've been plagued with negative thoughts lately, the tiger's eye crystal will help you rid yourself of unwanted thoughts and help you regain a positive and more inspiring attitude. You will soon begin to see things clearly and realise that there was really nothing to fear in the first place. Calm your thoughts and start to listen to your intuition. Know that all is well and that only love surrounds you. This card is also to do with communication. You may avoid unnecessary turmoil and problems by communicating clearly with others. Don't be afraid to express your views honestly and make sure there is no misunderstandings. You will gain respect and admiration for doing so. Amazonite and the tiger's eye. Last piece of pie for you, group 3, is the intuition cards for goals and dreams. So put one to finish reading and then we'll move on to the fourth grouping. Group 3. Possibility. Possibility. A new door is waiting to open, a new journey is ready to begin. A new door is waiting to open, a new journey is ready to begin. Possibility. Anything's possible. Okay, group 3. Thank you. Now moving to the fourth and final grouping, group 4, the ghost stone. The ghost stone is not with me, it's in the other room where I was doing the majority of the reading. But we know who we are, so I don't have a secondary one of it out here, it's the only one I've got, so. Group 4, ghost stone, don't worry. I'll mentally envision it from the ether, so I love a challenge, at least that's the fourth grouping because this is going to be something to me. So let's do that now, group 4. Okay. For the ghost stone, we're going to do the reading now for messages of high privilege you need to know now moving forward, or anything that is needed to be known. I'm just going to use my standard deck for you guys, okay? Today, many times before, I just feel cool to use this deck for some reason. So here we go, group 4. Messages of high privilege, please. Messages do we have coming in for group 4? The only grouping that didn't have the Empress come out. underlying energy for the reading for you guys is the Hermit, Virgo's major arcana, but it is reversed. Come on, screen. The Hermit reverse is really talking about not following your own guidance, your own knowledge, not being your own stability system here, relying too much on everyone else to crutch or help you get through your daily needs, or be that as it may for you. But there is a sense of not following your own system of process of knowing what is what. And I feel like you're just crutching on everyone a lot, you know, needing them to support you, be your security, be your security blanket kind of thing. Let's go through the reading now for group 4. So the first card is Libra's major arcana. We have the Justice in reverse. So I'm seeing there was an injustice here, some sort of bias, bigotry, severity, judgment. Oopsie darling, careful. Sorry, that she falls down, leave it together. So the Justice in reverse really talks about some bias and bigotry, severity and judgment being made an example of here, some unfairness being delivered here as well. Made an example of perhaps, or being taking on the full burden of something that you may not have even had much of a part in. I'm seeing from this it's going to be a bit of an awakening for you, and it's going to cause you to reassess some things, because coming in next of that is the 8 of Cups. This is actively making the choice to walk away from things. And I'm seeing here, because of this injustice and having to carry this burden or this judgment, or judgment's actually here, but we'll get to that. It's going to lead you to question some things. Question the things that you had chosen, the cups that you were putting your effort in, and the fact that they are no longer worthy of investment in. Even if there is some sort of potential or offering still available to you, you don't want it. You don't want it. You're actively like, nah, I don't care what you offer me, how much grass could be greener, you say no. Coming in after that is Page of Swords reverse. So this is being very susceptible to an individual, maybe even a bit seduced, not very taken in and by an individual, and every time they come by your path, you lose your way every time. You get caught up in their shit, you get caught up in their way of doing things, and you go on the downward spiral very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. And you, no matter how many times you learn from the experience, try to withdraw, stay away from this individual, if they pop back, their name gets mentioned, it's a regression straight back to the point of the cycle of what happens. Coming in next, like I said, Judgment in reverse. So we've got Justice and Judgment in reverse here. This again is not atoning for the things, your part in it. You might also be reanimating things from the past that were very much best left dead and buried. But there's a lack of atonement here, a lack of taking responsibility for your part, your portion, your bit. Fifth and final card is Taurus's major arcana. It is the Hierophant reverse. You're sacrificing for all the wrong things, and you're not being real with yourself. You may have forsaken a marriage or spirituality here in some way, or feel like it has forsaken you, or it needs to be cast away. I'm hearing cast away. I'm not sure about that. But there is a sense here of reassessment on a spiritual level as well. Extra advice. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. I feel like you're on a track of destitution, loss, real monetary insecurity problems here. I feel like the stress is what's going to tip you over. And that tipping point is going to be when this Justice in reverse comes in, where you have to pay a price for something that not only maybe did you not do, but you don't feel you were alone in doing it. But you will be the one alone paying for the price of it. I feel like there's some resentment there, but at the same time it sort of wakes you up enough to sort of go, okay, maybe this is not the way, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this, going down this path. It's going to be a awakening through an experience that you would otherwise like to have not lived through or had to deal with, but I don't think this enlightenment or change will happen otherwise. But I feel like it's a long road to Tipperary, and you're very much only on the cusp of the edge of it.
And as soon as you dabble your foot in, you sort of get pulled in the wake of the tide, which is like that way to sort of reverse the people, places and things that you're very susceptible to and just can't help but be a part of. Dream cards now. The first card you got was confident. I am totally self-assured and recognise that I have the courage necessary to act. Confident. I am totally self-assured and recognise that I have the courage necessary to act. And we have accepted. I recognise myself for who I am. I respect what I see and do not depend on what I think others are seeing. Could you get that hammer up right? Accepted. I recognise myself for who I am. I respect what I see and do not depend on what I think others are seeing. Be your own person, your own boss. Make your own assumptions and decisions. Don't leave that power in the hands of others when it's your life. That's my strongest advice for you, group 4. That's what this whole reading is about. You taking the reins back on your decisions, on your life, on everything. These are things that probably shouldn't have given power to another. And I feel like that's what's got you in this predicament. Your gemstone for this period to help and guide and assist you is the tumbled stones, also known as rainbow healing. Today marks the start of a new beginning, a new way of looking at life and the world around you. Be it in dreams or through beautiful rainbows, you are being infused with light, blessings. Relax, surrender your concerns to the universe, light of love, and allow this wondrous healing to occur. You will soon find that others are attracted to you. Many will come and seek your help and advice, for you are a beacon of light into all. In the near future, you will empower others with your love and wisdom as you help them see their own inner light and beauty. You are a natural born leader who heals through the power of love. I like that. Now we'll do your final piece of pie, and this is the final part, of course, for the pick a gemstone reading. Thank you everyone so much for joining me. Please leave a like if you'd be so kind. Feel free to comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts, theories, and anything else you'd like to add. Any tidbits. Group 4. The ghost stone, which is ghosting at the moment in my bedroom. Oh, maybe I have to do this. You got the card Explore. Explore. Written upon your soul are dreams longing to be reached and new adventures ready to begin. Explore. Written upon your soul are dreams longing to be reached and new adventures ready to begin. Time to explore group 4. Time to explore group 4. Isn't that cute? Alright, I'm going to love yous and leave yous there. It's taken me 3 days to do this reading, believe it or not. It's midnight now, so I'm off to bed. Red needs to rest her little cherry head. Okay, love yous all. Take care.